So the way we is, it's very interactive, guys. We bounce back and forth. My wife is going to start an introduction. I'm jumping in. But
a minute.
I have to also give you some food stuff. So today we're going to be doing chicken and pasta, right?
Yeah, we're starting nice and simple.
Chicken pasta, this is one of those meals that you can do in under 20 minutes. So this should be in everybody's repertoire. Everybody should know how to make a simple chicken and pasta dish. But to do that, we've got to boil out our pasta. So the first step is to turn on our water. Now your water is going to take about 10 to 12 minutes to get to a boil. So what we do is we will salt, and we're just going to use iodized salt or kosher salt, not sea salt, y'all.
Why not sea salt,
or kosher salt?
Why not sea salt?
You don't want to use sea salt because sea salt does not dissolve.
Okay.
Meaning wherever, even if it's hot, no matter wherever you put that sea salt, that's where it stays. The salt goes into your water because it adds a little bit of flavor to your pasta, but it also increases the temperature at which your water can boil, which means you get a hotter boil, which means you get a better cooked pasta, right? So that's just a little food science. You also want to add some oil so that it doesn't stick. Regular oil, vegetable oil, whatever you like. Just a couple of drops there, squirts. I always keep my oil in a squeeze bottle so that I don't use too much. You know, we're trying to stay healthy, even though I earn this belly. I'm still trying to be polite with it. And then put the top on it and walk away. And that's all the prep we have to do for that. We've got a lot of prep for our chicken, but it's still going to be quick. So, babe, you want to come around? Are we going to get you on the camera today, or is it just me? Are you going to come show your face and say hi?
I don't usually.
Should she, y'all?
I don't
What y'all
usually
think,
show
man?
my face.
Should she show her face and say hi? Come on, where you at, babe?
Why are y'all
I see
nodding?
some head nods.
Why?
Why?
Okay, all right.
You can't be the mystery woman, man. You gotta.
I could be the voice behind the computer.
I mean, you're
behind the camera.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you. So you'll love our little home studio, right? This is what COVID does. You create home studios, and we've done some amazing videos from here. So.
Hi, everyone. You're picking lint off my shirt.
Just a little bit, you know. Got to keep the chef coats fresh.
Thank you.
How'd you not get the chef culture apron? Where's your?
It's okay. I'm good. Hi, everybody.
Can you tell her to stay on brand for next video? On brand. You gonna mess with her?
I have it. Welcome. So my name is Karen Penny Cherry, and y'all have already met my husband, Chef Chad Cherry. We own two companies. One is Refresh Live, and the other one is called Chef Culture.
Yes.
So Refresh Live is food, education, and lifestyle. The classes that we're doing for you today, we do all throughout the country with large companies, normally like Dixie, Fresco, Moss, a lot of grocery stores.
Publix, normally with you know how they have Jerk Festival comes up every year. So I'm the chef for Grace Jamaica. So when you see chefs in Publix, normally this time of year and right before Jerk Festival, that's from our camp. I'm the head chef, so I'm in most of those.
And then we also do some celebrity stuff, just to be able to pay the bills, because you know they pay. We charge them a whole lot better.
Yeah, you got to tax them, bro.
Yeah.
Nah, but I mean in a good way. So we have we've done tons of celebrity clients. I used to be Ace Hood's personal chef for a while. I fed Trina, I fed Khaled. I've sent chefs out to work with Ross and Lil Wayne. I fed the Kardashians.
They don't really eat though.
They don't eat. Their staff did. Their staff got it in. I don't care as long as the check cleared, personally. You know what I'm saying? I'm there to cook. But we've also fed people who at this day and age, I gotta say, are more relevant than ever. And we wish that they were still in office. And you wanna lay that one on?
Oh yeah. Barack and my first lady.
Yes.
Yeah.
President Barack and Michelle Obama. We've had the pleasure to cater and feed them personally.
Yeah. So we always start out by telling those stories, and by telling all of the places that food has taken us, because a lot of times when you consider cooking or being a chef, you think in a very limited way as to where you could go with a career like this. So we wanted to put that out there first, but the very basic bottom line is that you get the opportunity to really feed yourself.
Yes.
And because this is the Upward Bound program, if you want to talk about creating, turning this into a career that could take you places that you want to go, that's a conversation that we would love to have with you. For right now and for this class, we want to make sure that you're prepared for college and that you're prepared for being able to feed yourself and feed yourself well and feed yourself in a way that allows you to stretch your dollar. And so that's what we're going to start with here. So I'm going to go back on the other side of the camera. We're going to talk about like a lot of different things today. Food passport is going to be one of the food journal, and then pantry audit.
Pantry
right?
audit,
We're going to talk about that today.
And I'm going to limit my jokes so she doesn't yell at me behind the camera, y'all.
Limit your jokes.
Limit my jokes.
Absolutely no juggling.
No juggling. I don't have anything I can juggle today.
Yeah, that's because I moved the oranges to the other table.
That's rude.
Absolutely no juggling. All right, and then as always, if you have questions, if we're going too fast, if there's something that you want us to pause and explain,
Please.
Either drop it in the chat or feel free to unmute yourself and just talk, and we'll answer any questions that you have. Are we good? Everybody good?
Thumbs up. We good, y'all?
All right. I think we're good. Do we have any questions?
All right. Love the aprons. Thank you. The aprons are fly. All right, we're going to talk about these.
Yes. Mine is dirty.
Don't worry. I'll get one for you. So I do want to, as we're sliding in, my water is boiling much faster than I thought. So I'm going to turn it down. So we're not even ready for that yet. I do want to just say to y'all, to build on what my wife said. She specifically was like, hey, this is the Upward Bound program. We got to get y'all ready for college. I don't know if I told her, but I'm from New York, and I was in Upward Bound when I was in high school.
How do I not know that?
Well, I participated in everything.
Have we not been married for 10 years?
Yeah, but we didn't talk about that. So,
well, when FAU reached out to us and I said Upward Bound, you didn't think that, that it was a good time
to say? I was trying to get FAU to say yes.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to be honest with you.
All right,
but,
well, Upward Bound alum.
The thing is like this, right? Culinary is this chef coat is like my cape. This is my superhero thing. I can walk into any door with this. But more importantly, being able to prepare food for myself has brought me through some of the toughest transitions in life, right? Food is where I find my zen, and I'm hoping that you guys, I'll show you some stuff to make you comfortable so you can find your own. There's nothing like being able to prepare a meal for someone that you care about, or just being able to feed yourself. Fellas, hear me when I say that. Feeding yourself is super important. Now, what I'm doing while I'm talking is I'm gloving up, because you don't want to work with food without gloves. And
I got somebody that said, can they get some aprons, please?
I saw
we
that.
Can listen. I feel like we could make that happen. I feel like if maybe we were to incorporate some questions during the next couple of weeks, or maybe some challenges. Maybe some challenges. We're trying to work with FAU to figure out how we can get y'all actually cooking with us during these classes. That's gonna be really exciting.
I've got it. I think we can get some challenges.
I don't know about you and the ideas, man.
We're gonna get there.
Yeah. How about we talk about the ideas after this, and then we figure it out. All right. So where we at?
I am gonna open this chicken. Now, if you notice, I got this from the grocery store from Publix. It has a bag on it. When you're in the store, never pick up the meat without a bag. Use the bag, because you don't want to contaminate your hands in that store. Now, if you notice, this hand is still on the bag so that I don't accidentally contaminate. I'm gonna use some scissors just to open this up, right? Now, here's the thing. Once you have used like utensils and it's touched the meat, it is considered contaminated. That means you have to clean it before you can use it again. So we are going to actually get rid of this. We're going to put that over there because we don't want to contaminate. Now my hands, there's nothing I can do. They've got to get a little contaminated because I've got to touch the chicken.
Can we talk about contamination? Like, what do you mean when you say contamination?
So everything, and this is why I'm wearing 2 gloves. We're going to take this whole outer layer of glove off. So raw meat has bacteria on it, and that bacteria can make you sick. So if I got anybody from the island over there, you seen your mama or your grandma cook chicken, they clean it first, which is what we did. I took it out, I put it into a bowl. We're gonna drop some lemon juice, right? And actually I'm gonna use a good amount. We're not gonna let it sit too long. Our goal is just to make sure that we're gonna kill as much of the surface bacteria as possible. So when you touch raw meat, raw shrimp, raw fish, raw poultry, raw beef, anything like that, there's bacteria on the outside that can make you sick. And if I were to put, like they did this with COVID, they painted their hands to show how things spread. So if I had that other glove on and I had touched raw meat, and I go and I touch this jar, Well, now there's raw meat on the top of this lid. I go and I touch my spoon, right? Anything that you touch, now you've contaminated. That's no bueno. That's not what you want to do, all right? So you're spreading germs. So you want to be very careful about what you touch.
Yeah.
And I'm going to show you the steps I took with this.
And so someone is asking, which is a very, very good question. They're way ahead of me because that's what I was going to ask you to talk about. Can you use vinegar on your chicken as well?
1,000%.
Yep.
Vinegar. Yep. You can use vinegar.
Limes or
lime juice. Yep.
Fresh limes, fresh lemons, vinegar, anything like that.
Yeah.
Acidic.
And
Somebody wanted to know about ginger.
I would use ginger in my marinade or my brine as a flavoring, not as so much as it doesn't kill bacteria on the surface of the skin.
Right. Okay.
Now, when you cook with it, it will. So I want to point out 2 things I did to prepare my area. If you're working in your kitchen, it is a good idea to put foil down underneath your bowl that you're handling raw meat. I put a foil sheet down. I have a foil sheet down under this, right? The reason why is every time you move raw meat from an area, you want to sanitize the whole area. Well, if you're moving fast and you don't have time for that, then you just transfer, move that to foil, and we can move our chicken straight to our cutting board, okay?
And obviously you just have one cutting board for chicken, right? For raw chicken. You're not going to use that cutting board for anything else, right?
I'm going to assume that it is contaminated. We're going to get rid of it. We're going to change this outer glove, and we're going to put back on another glove, and we're going to keep moving. This feels like a lot of steps. I know.
So
it's not that bad, right?
Suppose our students don't have gloves at home.
Okay.
Are we just talking about washing hands in the middle, like in between the touching and just being mindful of it?
Yes.
Is that what we're talking
you want
about?
to, if you don't have gloves, my wife is right. I'm sorry. Did you want to finish, babe? Because you had that perfect.
No. That's good. That's good. I mean, I feel like in their packages, if we take them groceries, we can give them like a box of gloves so that while they're cooking with us, like that's something that they have access to.
Yes.
Until they get
to the
place where they remember.
Washing your hands, you wash before you start and you wash during, right? Because I don't have a sink here, it's more important for me to use the gloves. And look though, I get to use my trusty dusty. This is my side kit. I got everything over here.
You know you're special, right?
Stuff. Boy, listen, you gotta have everything right. Knives, this is a chef knife. If you notice, it has a very particular, it tapers up. I have 2 types of knives. I have a santofu. This is more of a Japanese knife. I'm not going to go into this now. I'm going to talk about that probably in the next video where we talk about chefs, but I am going to sharpen real quick. And then we're going to prep the knives.
And then as you sharpen, Chef Chad, the knives, like let's say that they don't have a chef knife, right? Let's say that they don't have a chef knife. I mean, I know a steak knife is not the best to use, but they want, and I mean, maybe that's something we could get donated.
We might be able to get some knives donated for y'all. Knives will change your life. Once you get a good knife and you're used to it, you will literally look at people if they go in the kitchen to grab your knife, like, yo, bro.
Why you touching my knife?
Don't touch my knife. All right, so chicken is ready, but let's flash back over to pasta real quick. My water is boiling. You have what's called a rolling boil, okay? We are going to drop the pasta in and using a pasta spoon. This is literally a pasta spoon. It's very particular, designed to handle pasta. Having the right tools in your kitchen is something that you'll come to love. We're just going to stir it once, cover it, let it go. Ignore it, right? Nothing else.
What kind of pasta are you using, Chef?
Trio Italiano. So I wanted something that had 3 different types. So this has shells, ziti, and rotini. As we move on, I'm going to introduce you to whole wheat pasta and veggie pasta. Veggie pasta is some of my favorite pasta to use. It gives you a whole serving of vegetables in one dish, and I just didn't want to move you too far too fast today, right?
All right, but so where'd you get the pasta from?
I got that pasta
Walmart?
from, well, you can get it from Walmart. I actually picked that one up from Presidente because we were down the street, but
okay,
all have it.
So most stores will have it, and it's like $1 for the box, right?
$1. Yeah. And so that 1 box of pasta can feed at least 4 to 5 people. Easy, right? Let's touch back in on our chickens yet. We've cleaned them. We have 3 breasts here. Now we have to get ready to saute them.
Where can we find pasta spoons from?
Oh, the cheapest place for a pasta spoon is Walmart. This was like $1.50 or something.
Yeah. Paris said you can use water. You can use broth in the water, right, for more flavor.
Yes, but I wouldn't use it now. And the reason why is most of this water we're not gonna use again. So I am gonna show you how to reuse some of the water for a tasty sauce afterwards. So if you're planning on making a full sauce, then use some chicken broth. If not, save the broth for after the pasta is done to make a sauce with.
So you
don't lose the flavor.
Yeah, and you just stirred the pasta.
Yeah, you stir it every other minute or so. Nothing too crazy.
Okay.
Right? Now, 3 chicken breasts is a lot of food. All right? In America, we eat big portions, but really 1 chicken breast should feed 2 to 3 people. So what we're going to do is for cook time and for everything, we're going to cut the chicken breast. This is called butterflying, where you just cut it in half. Once it is cut in half, and I'm being very particular about where I place my knife. So this is butterfly. Can you see that? I just cut it in half. Butterfly, right? So we're going to butterfly all 3 of the chicken breasts.
That's what most of those restaurants do, right? To
That's
be able to stretch their
Yeah, because when a restaurant gives you a chicken breast on a plate, this is what they're giving you. That's half a breast, but you think you're getting a whole breast. Nope, only half. That's the trick, right? So we're going to butterfly all of our breasts. And then once we butterfly them, we'll put them into a bowl because we are going to season them in the bowl. So this knife is now contaminated, so is this cutting board. So let's move that cutting board and let's go ahead and change this glove, right? And I'm doing a lot because we're moving, and I'm going to show you how to season up your chicken, and we are going to get ready for chicken domination.
So can y'all drop in the chat what kinds of seasonings you normally use? What kind of seasonings do you normally use? Do you use seasonings? Yeah, do you use seasonings at all? Because if you have seasonings that you're accustomed to using, Maggie, we have Maggie.
Okay.
Okay. Complete seasoning.
Okay. I like that. We're going to talk about those.
Okay. We're going to add some seasonings to your Cajun lemon pepper. I absolutely love that. It's one of my favorites, actually. We're gonna add some seasonings to your repertoire.
Yes.
So that you can expand on what you're using, and we'll talk about jerk seasoning. Ooh, yes, that Grace wet jerk and Grace dry jerk
right here.
Yep.
So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna season up our chicken breast, right? I'm gonna use as my 2 base seasonings for the chicken, the jerk and the roasted garlic. These are 2 very low sodium, meaning low salt seasonings, but they have great flavor. They have all the garlic, the spices, the thyme, right? That's the stuff we're looking for, right? You're not always looking for salt. So we're gonna sprinkle right on top.
Old Bay.
Old Bay, yo, listen, so I know you like seafood. That's how I had to look at the computer. If you use an Old Bay, you're into seafood. So we're gonna season 1 layer.
Onion powder.
Garlic powder.
Salt, pepper, Cajun lemon pepper, chili, and then Old Bay.
Okay, so y'all be cooking.
Yeah,
y'all ain't for play. Y'all be cooking. I like it. That's what I'm talking about, so that we can get a little more in depth with this class. I'm using the tongs to make sure that I don't have to use my hands again. And once again, remember the jerk is a very low salt seasoning. Now, in all of the seasonings that I use, I don't use anything that has MSG. So instead of complete, I use the Goya adobo.
Well, do y'all know what MSG is? If anybody knows what MSG is, monosodium glutamate, can you put that in the comments? Do y'all know what MSG is? What kind of knife do you use when you cut chicken curry style? Chef knife.
Still chef knife. Yeah. Still chef knife. That's gonna be your thing. Now I'm going to in my mind, even though I have the 3-piece of chicken, I'm gonna save some chicken for later on, right? So what you do is, you see I have the Ziploc bag and I folded the bag back. This way my fingers are protected from the contamination. I'm going to stuff the bag with 2 pieces of chicken. Don't worry about how it looks. It'll be fine, right? You can stuff it with 3 if you really want to, but I've got a family of 4, so these pieces are coming home with us in our bellies right after we finish this. Close this up, seal this, put this in your freezer, right? So any chicken you prep, as long as you clean it and season it, put it in your freezer, it'll stay good for over a month. That is something you want to do as soon as you get your chicken home. You want to prep it. Let's flash.
So when y'all go off to college, if you actually have access to a kitchen where you can cook, being able to plan your meals is going to be vitally important. So if you buy in larger quantities, like Chef Chad knows that our family of 4 is not going to eat all of this chicken, right?
No, so this is going to be lunch and dinner. Yeah,
so bagging it and separating it is what allows us to save money, because we're not buying individual small packages of chicken. We're going to buy a larger pack of chicken, season it, and bag it the way that he showed you. And that'll help you to save money, but it'll also help you to be able to cook quickly, right? So sometimes we don't want to take the time to cook, right? We don't want to take the time to cook. So being able to have it already seasoned and already there, you just drop that in a pot
and get going.
In a skillet, and you're good.
And a lot of things we're going to talk about in this class are called, it's meal planning and meal prep. It's called mise en place, right? So if you notice, the season's got a nice coat all over, it's setting in. This is called marinating, dry rub, right? If you were to take this same bag and you were to add a liquid, some soy sauce, some vinegar, even beer even, right? A little white wine, that is called brining. That's a different technique we'll get to in another class, but that's a way to inject flavor like no others. We're going to get our chicken right. You preheat your skillet. You notice I have my flame down on medium. We're going to preheat our skillet. Our pasta is just about ready to come out. So does anybody know how to tell when your pasta is ready to come out? How do we know? I'm waiting for someone to drop it in the comments. I'm over here. It's al dente. Okay, who was that? Let me see who that is. Paris. Okay, listen, yo, you are so right. When it is al dente. So al dente means that it is soft but firm. It's not squishy. You don't want squishy pasta. So now what we are going to do is we are going to drain our pasta. You got it? All right. I have cilantro. Quick drain, right? And then I'm going to do something I don't know if you guys have ever seen it before. I'm going to shock my pasta. So this is where you just put cold water over the pasta, right? This stops the cooking process. You would normally do this in a sink. Just let it sit in cold water. It'll shock it, stops the cooking process. That keeps your pasta from becoming too soft. My skillet is hot, so just a little bit of oil, not too much. Let's put our first piece of chicken down. Skin side up, right? Now, normally you can hear a little bit of sizzling. You can hear a little.
What kind of oil are you using?
I'm using vegetable oil. Vegetable or canola, just fine.
Do you want to talk about olive oil and why we don't use olive oil?
Yes, I do. And one last thing before I go to oil. You notice I put this down. I hear a little sizzle. I'm going to put this next one down, but I waited. I'm counting in my head to a minute to allow my pan to hit the right heat. So what happens is when you put a piece of meat in, you drop the temperature of your pan. You got to give it just a little bit of time for the heat to come back, and then you put the next piece in. Okay? So the chicken is going to have some fun. Let's talk about oil. Vegetable oil, I happen to have 3 of the most popular ones. This is the canola oil spray. This right here is the extra virgin olive oil. So what do we use these for, right? If I am sauteing, I'm going to use some vegetable oil. This technique that we're cooking with a little bit of oil in the skillet, that is called saute. Hence, skillet, saute pan, same name, right? If I want to sear something, like if I'm doing some onions or some peppers, I just want to get a little bit of char on it for some flavor, you're going to use a spray. which just makes sure it doesn't stick, but it allows your pan to get some color and some char. If I'm doing salad, I'm going to use olive oil. Olive oil is not meant to cook with heat. If you cook olive oil to a temperature, you are actually going to burn the oil and it will release carcinogens, which are very, very no bueno. So every oil has a what they call a smoke point. And at your smoke point, your oil starts to burn. So vegetable and canola, these are high heat oils. Olive oil is a low heat oil. And it has so much flavor, you wouldn't want to cook that. You don't want to lose the flavor. So I'm going to show you another use for olive oil in a second. I'm going to use my hands just temperature-wise, check my pasta, and it's warm, but it's not piping hot anymore. So we're going to let that sit for another minute. Then we're going to drain it, and we're going to go.
Is Pam healthy?
Pam, it's a canola. It's
it's the spray. Yeah.
Listen,
it's better than using
there you go.
right. So you're with your sprays, like with that can spray, you are able to cover your surface better. So you can use less oil. Using less oil, no butter, all of that stuff, it is better to use the spray, but it depends on what you're cooking, right? So for this chicken breast, and it depends on the pan that you're using or the skillet that you're using, because if you have a skillet that's not non-stick, you're gonna need the oil. But we can go over that more in class. Next question is coconut. The next question is coconut oil. You can absolutely use coconut oil. The thing about coconut oil is that it has this very strong coconutty flavor. So when you cook with it, everything will have that flavor. Everything will taste like coconut.
Yes.
But you can absolutely use coconut oil.
And now they're getting into like avocado oil. And if you want to be fancy, you can give it some truffle oil.
Truffle oil,
yeah. But what I will tell people is how I have this olive oil here. If you really want to be fancy, take your olive oil, take some garlic. Like I heard my people say they love lemon pepper. Take some fresh lemon, right? Take some pepper. When you get down to the bottom, add it into your olive oil, sit it in the sun, make your own infused olive oil. That you use as a finisher. Right?
Really, really delicious.
We've done jerk infused olive oil. That was crazy.
Yeah.
It was so good. So, all right. So I did promise you, I know my time is running short, right? Okay. I want to show you a quick sauce. So we're going to take this onion, and I'm going to run through it fast, and I'm going to show you how to prepare onions later on. But you always cut your butts off. So anything round must become flat, right? Now remember earlier I told you about mise en place. That means have everything in its place. So that means that even my bowl that's going to collect my onions, I plan for it. When you're cooking, you want to pre-plan your meal so that you have everything you need, your right knives, your spoon. And I'm going to show you guys how to use the least amount of tools for the job. All right, so onion is here. These are flat, they're in half. You're going to cut one way, right? Then you're going to turn it. You're going to come the other way. And this is how we quickly dice an onion. Now I can smell my chicken. That's telling me that it's about time to flip that chicken. So let's take a look at it. Let me show you what it looks like so we know when to flip it, and then we're going to get into work.
Somebody wants you to come to their house and cook.
Hey, listen, I take home jobs. We can figure this out. So when the chicken is starting to get white on the bottom, right? When it's starting to get white and it's firming up, that means it's just about ready to flip. So let's go ahead. Let's add just a little bit more oil. Oh my gosh, look how pretty that is. Woo! That thing pretty, boy. Add a little bit. Oh, that looks amazing. All right. That is phenomenal. Let's go back to our pasta.
I got some comments. Let's see.
Give me questions.
Olive oil with lemon, salt, and pepper makes great salad dressing with a little vinegar. Oh my gosh. We are actually gonna do we're gonna do salad dressing in one of these classes. So yeah, we're gonna show you how to make your own, and that is absolutely one of the ways that we do that. And then the next comment, Chef, is come to my house and cook. And what's the difference between a red onion and a white onion?
Oh, flavor. So red onions are commonly used in salads because they're a little less bitey, right? White onions are used to cook with. Yellow onions are used also in salad. White onions are going to be those atomic onions. You know how you ever put an onion on something, you're like, I'm sorry, Mom. And you start to cry. That's a white onion. A red onion isn't going to give you as much of that, but it still does. And while we're talking about olive oil and seasoning.
And it's all preference, right? Because some people don't like red onions. I love red onions in my salad, but I don't like them cooked. For some reason, the way that the flavor changes when it cooks, I really just don't like it. I like the yellow sweet onions because, like, once I caramelize those
are called Vidalia onions.
Yeah, once I caramelize those on on burgers or whatever, they're amazing.
So I want to show you something, right? We're going to take the pasta. We shocked it. Now we're going to season it, okay? So we're going to take a little bit of adobo, right? And I always like roasted garlic. These are my 2 favorite seasonings, but just for a little different flavor, I'm gonna use some of this gourmet burger, right? Weber seasonings will introduce you to. They've got a lot of flavor.
And again,
and really low sodium.
And again, with the seasonings, I don't think we ever went over MSG and monosodium glutamate. So monosodium glutamate or MSG, monosodium glutamate or MSG is a preservative. It's used to keep foods fresher longer, but when it's added to foods, it can have an adverse effect in your body, right? So a lot of Chinese restaurants, Asian restaurants, buffet restaurants, they will use MSG as a preservative to make sure that when they put the food out, it lasts longer. So if you've noticed, if you've ever been to like an Asian buffet or a regular buffet, an Asian restaurant, if you notice that you're like super, super tired, very, very thirsty, you want water like a lot, and afterwards, it's because of that preservative. And so when we use those seasonings in our food on a regular basis, you're getting that every single day, right? And so sometimes when you don't feel well, when you feel kind of off, it may not be that anything's wrong with you other than what you're putting into your body, right?
Yes.
And so we really want to pay attention to our seasonings. A lot of the complete seasonings have it. A lot of the adobos have it. So what you want to do is really read your labels to know what's in your seasoning.
Now I want to if you saw, I bagged up some of the pasta. I physically put some of the pasta in a bag, right? You add the oil and the seasoning, it keeps your pasta from sticking. Pasta will get very, very sticky without doing this after you chop it, and it preserves it. So this pasta will be good in your fridge for about a week. So on Sunday, if you make a pot of pasta, you put the pasta in the fridge. Then all week, if you want to have a little pasta, you don't have to cook it again. You just heat it up.
So yeah, again, that's a complete meal in a bag that you can cook one time and really just have that meal. Like when you go off to school,
ready.
Right? When you go off to school, when you're planning your meals now, like you can just do that one time. I wanted to show you the seasoning that Chef Chad just used. It's this roasted garlic, this Weber, right? If you notice when you look at the ingredients, you can pronounce all of the names that are on there. Do you see that? Right? There's not a whole lot of scientific names on this seasoning, right? Generally speaking, when it comes to food, we know that there is budget, right? Everybody's got to stay in budget, and we know and understand that. When you get to the place where you can make better choices, if you read something that you're supposed to put into your body that is advertised as food, but you can't pronounce most of the things that are on the ingredient list, you may want to stay away from it.
Let it go if you can. I just added my onions to my skillet with my chicken. I'm gonna drop some jerk seasoning on those. You're gonna ask me why, and I just want you to watch for a second, right? Dave, tell them about the pantry audit and the food journal, because you do have some homework. Because we wouldn't be right if we didn't give you a little bit of homework.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean we don't love you.
We love you. We do. That's why we're gonna give you homework. If you haven't already, and somebody said you gotta add parsley at the end. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Look, Chef Chad got it.
Don't look at my ingredients list. Yeah. Who over here been peeking at my ingredients?
Everyone in the process of send to the PM announcement. All right, so I hope y'all are seeing what's in the. I hope y'all are seeing what's in the chat. I think there was just a notification posted for you guys. All right, so we are going to talk about, if you haven't gotten it yet, we're going to talk about this food passport right here. If you haven't gotten it yet, you will get it in your email. And basically this list, this food passport list, we want to expand on what you normally eat, right?
Yes.
Most people eat a combination of maybe 10 to 20 items on a regular basis.
Oh, you being generous. I got a hit list of about 7 or 8.
Right. Chicken,
chicken,
tuna,
chicken,
fish,
chicken,
rice,
chicken,
pasta.
chicken.
Okay, chef, we get the idea. We really get the idea. So this food passport is meant to expand what you it's meant to expand your list of what you eat. So we recommend that you go through the list, see what you've already tried, and if there are things on the list that you have not tried, try them, and then once you've tried them, you can check them off on the list. The idea is to get all of the stamps, quote unquote stamps, in your passport. And then we really want to know, we do what's called a pantry audit, which is where you go into your pantry, your refrigerator, wherever you have food, and you make a list of the things that are in your pantry. The reason for that is because we want to teach you about what you already have in your pantry. So we want to know what is it that you're eating. I already got ramen, so we know that we'll do, like, one of the classes will do some different sauces using ramen noodles. We're not going to use the packet that comes with ramen noodles. It is super high in sodium and MSG. But we can create some sauces using ramen. So if there are things in your pantry that you normally eat, let us know what those are, because we can come up with some recipes to expand on that.
Can I show you all these onions, how they're caramelizing? So they're caramelizing, they're taking on some color, they're getting soft. That's what you want, right? Our chicken is still cooking in them, but let's lift our chicken up on top of the onions. And I'm going to show you why, because we're making a gravy while we're cooking our chicken, right? My peoples have a Caribbean background, so we always go for some kind of gravy or sauce or something, right? We're not just going to give it to you dry. In this case, I have 2 options for the gravy to make it very quick. The technique we're using is called deglazing. That means that there are little bits that are burnt onto the bottom of the pan. We're going to use something acidic to pull those bits off. I can use a salad dressing, and I happen to have a zesty Italian, a creamy Italian. I like this a lot. Or I have some roasted salsa verde. Does anybody have a preference, family? Anybody got a preference on what I can use for this sauce?
I want the Italian, but you know, that's
okay. The wife is going for the Italian. Listen,
that's
wife,
her
listen, she holds a lot of weight around these parts. So who's backing the wife? Who's backing the Italian play? Come on, no, my ladies been stepping up. Woo! It's gonna be a tough class.
Somebody said I'm clueless. It's okay. We've got a couple of weeks together to make you not clueless. So I've got one Italian.
Okay, we're gonna talk about deglazing more as we go.
Yes, the ladies are showing up. I got Italian.
There we go. We're gonna talk about deglazing more as we go along. But for right now, all you do is you put a little bit of this in. Now you'll see chefs on TV. They always say, "Oh, give me a little bit of white wine," and that's what they'll use to deglaze, right? But this Italian, the acid in that is going to pull. It's going to pull up all of those flavors.
Yes.
And combined with those onions, it's going to start to make this really rich and creamy sauce. Now you're going to smell that. I'm going to add one last thing into our sauce. This is the leftover water from the pasta. If you notice, it looks a little murky, right?
Yeah.
That's because pasta has starch, like potatoes. All of the starch from the pasta is in this water, but that starch acts like a binder. It's like adding flour. It will thicken up your sauce.
Yes,
so never
Angie.
throw out that. Don't throw out that water. Add that in there. Add it in there, right? I'm ladling just a little bit in. and we're gonna let the chicken continue to cook in this. This now went from sauteing to braising. Braising is when you cook in a little bit of liquid. You see just the chicken is at the top. This is gonna simmer. It's gonna reduce down till it concentrates. It's gonna get so nice and beautiful. And then we are gonna be ready to eat. I have some broccoli and garlic right here. That's what you're saying. I put a little pepper, a little adobo. I use frozen broccoli because it's the quickest and easiest. Listen, y'all, frozen broccoli costs you like $1.15. Don't be afraid to use frozen vegetables. Frozen vegetables are flash frozen, so a lot of times they are fresher and healthier than the fresh vegetables. So I know a lot of people will push fresh on you, but do not be afraid to use frozen. They store better. You can use them. I will put you on fresh though. That's what that frozen is for. Our broccoli is done. That took, and it's quick. That took me 2 minutes, 3 minutes maybe. Broccoli's done. We're just waiting for this sauce to boil out. Then we're gonna plate it. And the best part is we, my wife and we get to taste this delicious dish.
And I hope that I hope that at some point we're able to.
Facts.
I mean, I don't know when this whole like COVID nightmare is going to end.
But
I
you hope
I
that
don't
at
know.
some point.
But I hope that at some point we'll get the opportunity to see y'all face to face, and maybe by then you will be cooking for us.
Yes.
Which would be really, 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 really great. Yeah, Mark, thumbs up, man. I want y'all to cook for us. By the end of these classes, y'all should know how to do this. And I will tell you, we've taught a lot of classes with high school students.
Yep.
And a couple of those classes, what we did at the end was we had an Iron Chef competition.
Shalom.
We had an Iron Chef competition with those students. And I will tell you that they blew us away every single time. Every single time. I mean, they went head to head with one another, and the meals that they produced were not meals that we even taught them. Like, our idea is for you to learn concepts, right? So while we will send you recipes that you can try, we'll send you a bunch of recipes. We'll send you simple recipes. We'll send you some that are complicated so that you can try it at the level that you want to try it. But the idea behind these classes is to learn concepts.
Yes.
Once you've learned how to cut chicken, which we've just taught you, you've learned how to season chicken, which we just taught you. You learn how to make pasta, which we just taught you. You learn how to make a sauce, which we just taught you. Within an hour period of time, you can experiment with your own flavor profile.
You just have it so nice.
Yes. So it is about learning the concept and learning it in a way that allows you to use these concepts and create your own. Because you don't want to have to go from recipe to recipe. You want to be confident enough that you know how to season things. You want to be confident enough that you know how to, you want to be confident enough that you know how to make your own meals and take care of yourself. So that's the idea. So you're cutting chicken right now, Chef Chad. But it looks to me like you're not cutting it straight down. What are you doing?
I'm cutting on a bias.
Okay.
So I want a very particular cut, right? So if you cut straight down, you get a nice cut. But when you cut at an angle, you get sexy, long pieces of chicken. This is our thing, right? Food has to look a certain way. So we're gonna take this.
And this is one of the ways that at restaurants, right? Restaurants actually work on a really scientific standpoint, right? And from a psychological standpoint. So a restaurant will make food look a certain way to get you to not only be excited about eating it, but it also maximizes their dollar.
Yes.
Because this is one chicken breast.
Half a chicken breast.
Half a chicken breast. This is a butterfly.
This is half a chicken breast.
Look at that.
Butterfly.
If you were to just consider, before this class, you took one chicken breast, you think to yourself, oh my gosh, like this one chicken breast is not going to feed. There's no way that this one chicken breast is going to feed 8 people. Well, it can if you learn how to cut it in a way that maximizes the chicken.
We're giving you a family
So-
style. This is a family style plate right here. This is definitely going to be a plate for two.
So if you notice,
Right.
there is still pasta left. This is one box of pasta, right? There's still pasta left.
You
There's
see how
still
nice that
broccoli.
gravy is?
There's still broccoli left. There's
You see
still
how
chicken
nice that
left.
gravy came out. You see how nice, how easy. So we're going to take the gravy. All right, we're going to get a little,
Nice.
just a little sauce in there. And we got to hit it with some color, right? So I diced up some tomatoes, sprinkle some color on there because I like the color. Where's my peoples with the parsley? Where my parsley at, man? Y'all know what this is.
I didn't give you parsley. I gave you cilantro. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Well, I like cilantro. And this you don't have to think about. You just dash it on there, man. Just dash. That's too much in one place, so we're gonna move a little bit of that. But you just dash it. It's a little bit of sauce right there, right? And easy, quick, simple, gorgeous. Uh-oh, I dropped the broccoli.
Oh, you throwing broccoli at me?
Throwing broccoli at you, baby.
Why?
I saw a hole because I wanted this to look a little more full.
All right.
So just easy, quick, gorgeous chicken pasta with sauce, under an hour. I literally can't wait to eat this bad boy.
So let's go over again, Chef Chad. We're recording this, y'all. So we will send the link to your Upward Bound family, so that y'all can get this link and you can take your time and watch it. you can take your time and you can try this meal yourself. So we'll make sure that you get the link.
And recreate some. Yeah.
And yeah, we absolutely want you to recreate it. So
can we ask y'all that when you do recreate stuff, can you take pictures? I love it. Means so much to us when we're able to see what you've done with the blueprint. Like my wife said, the blueprint.
Yeah, absolutely. So we boiled pasta, we shocked pasta, we seasoned pasta, we butterflied chicken, we seasoned chicken, we put oil and drop it in the skillet, right?
We're tasting chicken.
We're tasting chicken. Don't just be helpful. Be helpful. We sauteed broccoli, right? We used, once the chicken was cooked on both sides, we used Italian dressing. But honestly, like, drop it in the chat what other dressings do you think that we'd be able to use, or sauces or marinades?
Anything acidic.
There is a hoisin sauce, H-O-I.
Oh, you doing them dirty with that hoisin?
I'm doing them dirty. It's okay.
Ooh,
They are
so
advanced in their thinking about food. So I want to talk about hoisin. If you like Asian food, this entire meal can be turned Asian with a hoisin sauce, H-O-I-S-I-N. It can also be turned into an Asian dish by using plum sauce. If you use plum sauce, that's amazing, right?
Plum sauce with a little bit of oyster, the oyster oil.
Yeah, somebody asked
the sesame oil.
Oh my gosh, if you were to use sesame oil with the chicken,
instead of the vegetable, a little bit of sesame oil for flavor, the plum sauce or oyster sauce, the fish sauce. Oh my God.
Yeah, amazing. So, and you can use a jerk marinade if you're into the spice.
Get some jerk.
I mean, this one meal is so incredibly versatile. There's so much that you can do with it just by changing the sauce.
And the ingredients were really simple. It was just chicken breast, pasta, broccoli. I used one onion, right, and tomato.
Yeah, super easy. Somebody asked about ranch, right? So what would happen if you put ranch? Because ranch is creamy, so it's not necessarily going to deglaze the chicken
ranch
skillet,
would have
right?
to be like, you see how my sauce is cooked down a little bit? You see how it's cooked down? Now you could add ranch in, okay? But you would not want to add ranch beforehand. You would want to use something a little vinegar. The ranch would balance it out.
So something a little bit more acidic.
A little more acidic. Yeah. Ranch is a little base. Something a little more acidic.
All right, so what questions do we have? It is 12:26. We've got like 4 minutes for questions. What questions do we have? Anybody got any questions for
Can
us?
you make it so I can see some of their faces as they ask questions?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that's what I would like to do. Because your faces are real small on this computer right now. She's gonna turn it so I can see some of your faces, so we can. Oh my gosh, yo! All y'all in the building. What up, everybody? There's a lot of y'all here.
Here you go.
Okay. Well, you can just
Let me
turn it in tablet
do
mode.
this tablet mode for you.
Thank
And
you.
then you can talk to people like that.
Yo. Okay, it's dope to see all y'all, man. Listen, young people, y'all give us hope, man. We need y'all more than ever right now. I know a lot of older people will tell you that you need them. I'ma say it, man. We need y'all. We need your energy. We need your time. We need your talents. Y'all are the solution, man. I'm so happy to be able to feed into each and every one of you throughout this course. And I'm gonna keep most of y'all awake. I know that. At least you're gonna get y'all food in this.
Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. What colleges are y'all going to? Have you chosen colleges? What grades are y'all in?
A1 sauce. Yes, Akila. A1 sauce.
Yeah. What colleges are y'all going to for the last couple minutes, huh?
Mm-hmm. No, I'm just,
because I'm interested.
Being able to see people.
Howard. Yo,
Hey,
Chad. Somebody's going to Howard.
I went to University of Maryland College Park, but I really
don't tell them about the Howard parties
at Howard.
Don't tell them about.
I won't tell you Howard stories. I just spent all my time on the yard.
Yeah, because we are influencing students positively.
HU.
What other colleges we got?
What other colleges?
Anybody staying at home, going to FIU? Anybody going to FAU? Where y'all going?
Yeah.
UF, UCF?
Where we at, family?
Or are we just not sure where we're going?
And not sure is cool.
Yeah, not sure.
BCC, cool. Yo, BCC is dope.
Oh, our oldest daughter is 23. She's at BCC right now.
UCF.
Trying to go to UCF.
Had a lot of good friends out there. Yeah, UCF is a real good school in Orlando. Central Florida is dope. So many opportunities out there.
Awesome.
We got any people going to FAM in the building or trying to go to FAM?
Gotta have people going to FAM.
Yeah, somebody.
Embry Riddle. Yes.
Okay.
Amazing.
I see
the rattler.
I see it.
What's up? This is amazing.
Yo.
Trying to go to an HBCU. Yeah.
Yeah. There are tons that are amazing. I say get out there and check them all out. Yeah.
There's FAM. We got a couple going to FAM. Awesome. Yeah,
what's my one in Daytona that I go by all the time? HBCU in Daytona.
I'm not gonna
Bethune-Cookman.
Thank you.
Yes, Bethune. Anybody going to Bethune? Or Flomo?
Yeah. Flomo's right here. I think they may want to travel a little bit. You want to stay close to home, but yeah, I get it. Flomo's dope.
That's amazing.
That is
amazing. Congratulations to y'all on just continuing the process wherever you are in the process.
Yes.
Keep pushing. All right, do we have any other questions? We've got like one.
Questions, y'all.
Yeah, we've got like another minute.
Don't forget to do you can talk. You can unmute yourself real quick if you want to. Because I was gonna tell you, don't forget to do your homework. We need that pantry audit, people, so that we can figure out what food to get.
Homework, pantry audit and your food passport.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure that you try to get some of this stuff checked off on this list. Yes, I really don't like, if y'all see, there's artichokes somewhere on this list. Artichoke is like number one. I cannot stand artichokes. I don't know why. I don't like them. But I've tried them though.
Not a fan.
I know you're not a fan, but we've tried them. Chef Chad cannot stand okra.
Fried okra I can do.
Yeah, he doesn't like okra. He doesn't like the sliminess of okra. But
Louisiana, right? Gumbo. I can do okra and gumbo.
That's true.
I can do okra and gumbo.
That's true.
Okay.
All right. It is 12:30. All right. So what we are gonna do? This class is over. We will see y'all on Wednesday. But for anybody that has questions or just wants to hang out and engage. Oh, by the way, follow us on Chef Culture. Culture is with a K. KULTURE. Follow us on Facebook and on Instagram. We always have a lot of events and activities. Well,
not anymore. It's coming.
Not anymore, but it's coming. This past weekend and for the last 4 weekends, we've gone down and done some community feedings in Miami. We are thinking about doing community feedings with cooked food. So we just really a bunch of our chefs. We have a Chef Culture is a membership organization that has 8 chapters around the country, and we have about 250 members that are chefs. Some aren't chefs, some are all kinds of other industries, but we get together and do social good in our communities. So we are,
and we take on interns, y'all. So that means we take young people. So if you are interested in advancing in a career of culinary, that's something we'll talk more about.
I mean, right now we have about 10. Yeah. Right now we have about 10 interns from like different walks of life. So if that's something that interests you, please let us know.
All right.
And yeah, we're gonna hang out. But thank you so much for joining. Remember to do your homework. You're gonna get that stuff in your email. Do your homework.
Really, you're singing that? Listen, y'all, it has been our pleasure, truly. Thank you so much.
And we'll see you Wednesday.
All right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Bye, everyone. We're gonna still be here if you have questions.
Yeah, we'll hang out for a second if anybody has any more questions. I'm gonna put this back up here.
Don't drop my computer.
I'm not gonna drop the computer. Slimming down. It's slimming down. Yep. So we're still here if you have questions.
Hi, Brianna.
How you doing, family?
If I'm saying your name right. If I'm not saying your name right, you can feel free to like tell me. She's right here.
Hello, yes, my name is Brianna. Sorry. I'm all over the place right now.
Awesome.
I have a question. Do you guys give lessons?
You can't see their pictures.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You can only see the names.
We absolutely do, and we tailor them. Like, I think a benefit to what we do, a drawback to what we do is that anything, so it ends up being difficult, like for us to figure out where to start in
Ms. McCall, can you mute your computer? I can't hear.
That's so good.
Jerk.
But yeah, so yeah, we absolutely do we do lessons.
Oh, because I would love to do lessons. I need to learn how to cook more. I'm too old not to know how to cook for myself, but I could cook enough for me to survive, but nobody else.
Listen,
we'll teach you some lessons, but if you hang out in this class, you're gonna be throwing down real soon.
Let me see. I met Chef Chad when I was 33.
Oh, my age. Perfect.
I had just graduated from law school. I met Chef Chad, and I could not cook at all.
She ain't lying to you.
Could not cook, did not want to cook. When I asked people in the beginning who can't boil water, that was absolutely me. I know nothing about cooking. So, and I started at 33. Everything that I've learned from him, and just like him starting from scratch and educating me not only about how to cook but about food itself, right? Because you got to understand the ingredients that you're using to be able to get really good. And now I teach classes by myself. I've done competitions. I do demos inside stores and all that stuff, and that was 10 years ago. But if that's what you're interested in doing, like, we can totally do more in-depth stuff. This whole COVID thing has really like thrown everyone for a loop.
A little bit.
And for us not being able to be with people, not being able to be in front of people, like, we really had to pivot to do these things virtually. But as soon as things open up again, we're going to get back full force.
Yeah.
And then we also have, like I said, we have 250 members around the country. And in Broward County, we have about 50 culinary professionals that are in our chapter in Broward County. And a lot of them are bakers. Some of them are vegan.
I mean, some of the dopest bakers you ever want to see.
Yeah, some of them are vegan. A lot of them do celebrity work. And do sort of the fancier cuisine. So, I mean, it just depends on what it depends on what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
You're welcome. And I'm taking pictures for the gram, because you know you got to do it for the gram, y'all.
If you don't take pictures, it never happens. Doesn't matter what you say. it is not real if you don't take pictures. Make sure y'all follow us on social media. Chef Chad is a big like Instagram person. He puts everything on Instagram. We do a live every Monday. Is today Monday?
Today's Monday.
Yeah.
Tonight, baby.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so follow Chef Culture. We do a live with our professionals every Monday. Join us on that live tonight, man. Follow Chef Culture and join us. We're on between 7 and 7:30. I would love to introduce you to some of our professionals and just be like, these are students that are taking the class. They will love all on y'all. They will connect with y'all. They are from all over the country.
Yes.
We will shout y'all out. So if you decide to join us tonight, I wish I had said this before everybody hopped off, but I did not remember that today was Monday.
Why you do that?
But yeah, if you wanna join us, please feel free to join us on Facebook Live at 7:30 or 7 o'clock. Sorry.
And by the way, you'll see how clean. You see how clean this is. That's also why you deglaze, because it helps you clean your pan. All that stuff comes right off. Saves you so many hours
And it
of
ends
work.
up looking like that, like
Yeah,
sauce.
and then I'm gonna put it into my pasta. We're gonna have sauce in the pasta, and then I'm gonna serve this so my kids can eat.
Yep. Any other questions? I'm so glad y'all are
Yeah, I
deciding
got a
to
question.
still hang out with us. This is so cool. Thank you for not just running away and leaving. That means we maybe did something right. If y'all didn't want to just run away and go to sleep. Who has a question?
Waterproof Diana.
Hey, Waterproof Diana, how you doing?
Good, good.
Background.
Thanks. I'm on the beach right now.
Oh, I love it, man. I love it. I wish that's where I was.
I had a
What's your
question. If you knew Chinaman.
Oh, with egg rolls?
Yeah, you know how to make egg rolls?
Yeah,
Yep.
that's easy. That's not hard work at all. The egg
Like
rolls,
his egg rolls?
it's annoying because it's tedious because your fingers, you got to work with them. But that's actually really easy because you buy the wonton wrappers in the grocery store and they're super cheap. So yeah, that's light work.
And then you can make your egg rolls out of whatever you want, right? Stuff them with whatever you want.
Yeah,
So wonton wrappers, we can find wonton wrappers from
any
where?
grocery store.
Really? I
Any
did not know
grocery
that.
They're called wonton wrappers. You have to make an egg wash to seal them, which is just you crack an egg and you just
Whip it.
whip it a little bit,
Yeah.
and then when you get to the edges, you brush the edges with a little bit of egg wash. You can use a little brush or a spoon,
To seal,
and it seals.
yeah.
The hardest thing to egg rolls is rolling. It's like a wrap, literally like a sandwich wrap that you have to roll and seal and then fry.
Yep.
And I have one more. Can you like eat your chicken? I want to see your reaction.
Repeat what you said. Sorry, let me turn my volume up.
I was wondering
right.
if you could eat, like, can he eat your chicken or his chicken?
Yeah, we're gonna eat it.
No, I want to like see it because I want to see your reaction.
Oh, she wants us to try
Like
it.
an ASMR.
You want? Oh, I
Go
see
ahead,
what
babe.
you're
I took my
saying.
pictures.
I see
Go
what
ahead.
you're saying. All right. Well, that means I gotta come on the other side of the table then.
Yeah, just get you a fork.
All right. I will tell you that Chef Chad has made some things for me that I've absolutely been like, yeah, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. But but I don't think in the 10 years that we've been together, I don't think I've had anything that I don't rock with.
You grabbing a fork?
Yep.
All right, she's getting a fork for y'all. And I'm making more chicken because the 2 breasts that I made while on camera, my kids are going to demolish that. Those are done. Well, no, that was 1 breast that was cut in half. This is the other half.
Yep. All right. So let's see.
Come
And I am hungry because I haven't had breakfast, which don't do what I do.
Yeah, no.
Eat breakfast. It's the most important meal of the day.
I'm expressing this. I turned it down. Yeah, I turned it way down. I'm gonna let you do what you do. I didn't put sauce all over the pasta, just on the chicken.
Let's see how you did. How you think you did?
Oh, I tasted it. No, you gotta taste the chicken.
I want you to burn piece first.
You see, she's always difficult, y'all. Y'all see this, right?
Yeah, man.
Now wait till you get that pasta, though. Wait till you get the
How does it
whole.
taste?
She said, "How's it taste?"
Oh, it's so good.
Get in
Can
there,
you
mix
mail
it
me
in.
some?
Huh?
It's really good. So
Hey,
the
can you mail?
pasta-
Diana said, can you mail her some?
Oh my gosh, I wish I could.
I don't know if it's gonna survive the trip. They're gonna smell this at the post office.
Drop the Addy. I'll come pick it up.
Oh, that's the buttery you're talking about. That's from the what's the name? That's from the Our World.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. All right, well. I feel like it's rude to eat in front of y'all when you can't taste it.
But she keep going back with bites though, so it ain't too rude. Just saying.
Well, I'll take your word for it that it tastes good. How you pop in your mouth.
Yeah, it's
Look,
really good.
she ain't stopped eating it yet though. Yeah.
Because you know, like if you haven't eaten all day, it's like this seal. And then when you break the seal,
You gotta keep going.
now I'm really hungry.
Okay. I'm gonna go make you a plate.
I'm gonna have to tell y'all
You gotta
bye.
get right.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to tell y'all
I'm
bye
gonna
because
make
I
you a
feel
plate.
like
Enjoy your food. Miss McCall, are we done?
yeah, I feel like it's rude to eat in front of y'all.
Yes, we're finished.
The last bit I'm gonna eat.
Bye. Bye, Mel. Bye, Jessica. Bye, Marlena. Bye, Solomon.
No,
Bye,
we have
y'all.
Bye, Diana. Bye,
Bye,
Carla.
Miss Angie. Bye, Chef.
I miss y'all so much.
Hey.
Alright. That's so good.
Oh, wait, keep that sauce in there.
Oh, no. Really good.
All right. Just gotta clean some plate.
All right, bye everyone.
So guess what we have to go to? Huh?